I've had a lot of very influential people in my life. Obviously starting with my mom and dad. The incredible influence on me, certainly growing up, and even now, in looking back in all the things that I've seen that they've done for me. Now with me and having my own family and my own kids, I realize what a tremendous sacrifice that they've made, certainly for me and for my brother. I think there was an incredible source of encouragement. Always very, very positive, and very, very extremely unselfish, but especially my dad. Everything that they had was really for their children, and in those aspects, just incredible inspiration. My grandparents were very instrumental in helping me to come to know the Lord. They were the ones that had first given me a student Bible when I was young. Wanted me to read it every day, and I kind of was like, okay, I just kind of plopped it up on the bookshelf in my room. It kind of always stuck into my mind. It's kind of, they always say, try to read it a little bit every day, and I didn't really start doing that until I had listened to one particular sermon, just one. It was from an elderly lady. I would periodically go to church when I would visit my grandparents, but I wouldn't really go to church that often outside of that. Back then it was a little tough sometimes to go to church because it didn't really have a Sunday school, didn't really, really kind of talk more of a kid's language. So sometimes you sit in the sanctuary and you're that young, it's difficult to absorb everything. But that particular Sunday was very different. She was incredibly engaging, super funny. And even to this day, I still remember exactly what she talked about. We always often referred to her as Auntie Betty. So I'm very thankful for being there that day, because that message really propelled me to take that Bible down off of that shelf, to start reading it every day and to see, what the Bible had to say about this subject or that subject. And from there, obviously, I started to read about Jesus' life and started seeing things happening in my own life that I knew were not by coincidence. Billy Graham has been an incredible inspiration for me. I've had the opportunity to meet him on a couple of different occasions, both he and Ruth. Just the impression that they made upon me, incredible man and woman of faith, just dedicating their lives to knowing the Lord and helping others to know Him. And obviously, every day since I came to know the Lord, Lord walking with me each and every day, each moment of each day, knowing that wherever I am, no matter what I'm doing, He's always there with me. I can always reach out to Him. I can always talk to Him about my joys, my struggles, anything and everything. And that's just been an incredible comfort in my life that I know I will always have. For me, I came to know the Lord actually at a very crucial point in time. Obviously I grew up in a family that would periodically go to church. I think my family's faith journey is actually quite incredible, because when the older generation had lived in China, actually, they were very, very strong Buddhists. And my great-grandmother on my dad's side had gotten sick. And she had been in the hospital. She had a very severe form of cancer. And I remember the story being passed down from generation to generation was that basically got to the point where the doctors said to her, "I'm sorry, we're just trying to make you as comfortable as we can, but there's really nothing else we can do." So she was basically there in the hospital, waiting to pass on. And there happened to be a missionary. And that missionary happened to be making the rounds in the hospital, and was going around to the different rooms and praying for individuals, for those that wanted prayer or didn't mind being prayed for. And so the missionary gone into my great-grandmother's room and said, "I realize your situation is very bleak. I know it doesn't look very good, but do you mind if I pray for you?" And my great-grandma was like, "Sure." My family was like, "Sure. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? Please go ahead and pray." And so the missionary prayed for her and left. And subsequently, in the days that followed, her condition got better. She started to gain more strength. She started to get better. The doctors were extremely perplexed as to, why this was happening, because they certainly didn't. They had stopped treatment. you know, for one reason or another, you know, her cancer ended up going into remission. And because of that, my entire family converted from Buddhism to Christianity. So, you know, that is really the incredible story on how our family came to know the Lord, through one missionary that was willing to share, you know, to share faith. I'm Michael Chang, and I play for Him.